Have you ever loved someone so quietly that by the time they finally noticed you, your heart was already breaking? Tonight's story is about stolen glances, painful misunderstandings, secret longing, and a love that was always destined to happen, even when the world tried to tear them apart. If you believe the best romances begin as friendship, then subscribe right now, because the story will completely consume your heart. Colin Bridgerton had always believed love was supposed to feel effortless. That was the danger of growing up in a family where affection surrounded every hallway, every dinner table conversation, every laugh shared beside candlelight. Love, in his mind, was something that arrived dramatically and beautifully all at once. A spark, a thunderstorm, a reckless adventure. But Penelope Featherington had learned long ago that love was rarely generous. Sometimes it was silent suffering hidden behind polite smiles. Sometimes it meant standing in crowded ballrooms while the person you loved danced with everyone except you. And sometimes it meant becoming invisible to protect your own heart. For years Penelope had loved Colin in secret. She loved the way he smiled at strangers like they mattered. She loved the way he defended people others mocked. She loved the way his eyes softened whenever he spoke about dreams beyond London society. Yet to Colin, Penelope had always simply been there, safe, familiar, dependable. Like sunlight through a window that one stops noticing because it appears every morning without fail. Penelope convinced herself she could survive being only his friend. Until the night everything shattered. The ballroom glittered beneath hundreds of candles as violins filled the air with music sweet enough to hide cruelty. Penelope stood beside the lemonade table pretending not to overhear the gentlemen laughing nearby. Then she heard Colin's voice among them. Warm, charming, careless. Penelope Featherington. He laughed lightly. I would never court Penelope. Surely you cannot be serious. The men around him burst into laughter. The sound struck her harder than any slap. Colin did not notice her standing behind the floral archway. He did not see the devastation on her face before she turned and fled into the cold night air. That single sentence destroyed years of hope within seconds. From that moment forward, Penelope swore she would never again allow Colin Bridgerton to hold power over her heart. When the next social season began, London expected Penelope Featherington to remain exactly the same awkward wallflower she had always been. Instead she returned transformed. Her gowns no longer drowned her in citrus colors chosen by her mother. Her hair framed her face elegantly. Her confidence had sharpened like hidden steel beneath silk gloves. Gentlemen who once ignored her now sought introductions. Whispers followed her through every ballroom. Colin noticed immediately. At first it unsettled him in ways he could not explain. He told himself he was merely surprised. But then he began watching her. Watching the way other men laughed too closely beside her. Watching the way she smiled at them with gentle politeness she once reserved only for him. Watching her slowly become unreachable. And for the first time in his life, Colin Bridgerton felt panic where certainty once existed. One evening at Lady Danbury's ball, Colin approached Penelope as she stood near the terrace doors. You seem different this season, he said carefully. Penelope sipped her drink without meeting his eyes. People change. You barely speak to me anymore. Perhaps I finally learned silence is safer. The coldness in her voice startled him. Have I offended you somehow? She almost laughed at the absurdity of the question. You truly do not. Remember, do you? Before he could answer, Lord Deebling approached and requested Penelope for the next dance. Colin watched helplessly as she walked away on another man's arm. Something ugly twisted inside his chest. Jealousy. Real, unbearable jealousy. That night Colin could not sleep. He replayed every conversation he had ever shared with Penelope. Every laugh, every moment she had looked at him with warmth he suddenly realized no one else ever had. Slowly horrifying understanding dawned upon him. Penelope had loved him once. And he had humiliated her without even realizing the depth of the wound he inflicted. Guilt consumed him. Yet guilt alone did not explain the ache in his chest whenever he saw her with another man. It did not explain why her absence suddenly made entire rooms feel empty. Weeks passed, and Penelope continued attracting attention across London society. Mothers approved of her intelligence. Gentlemen admired her wit. Colin hated every second of it. During a garden party, he spotted Lord Deebling leaning close beside Penelope while she laughed softly at something he whispered. Colin crossed the lawn before he even realized what he was doing. Penelope, he interrupted sharply. May I speak with you? Lord Deebling raised an eyebrow but stepped away politely. Penelope turned toward Colin with visible annoyance. You interrupted our conversation. I needed to speak to you privately. About what? He lowered his voice. About us. Her expression hardened instantly. There is no us, Colin. The words hit him harder than expected. There used to be, only in my imagination. She attempted to walk away, but Colin caught her wrist gently. The contact sent electricity through both of them. For a moment neither moved. Penelope, he said quietly, I was cruel to you. She looked away. Yes, you were. I never meant to hurt you. That does not change the fact that you did. Colin struggled for words. He had charmed half of London effortlessly for years, yet around Penelope he suddenly felt defenseless. I miss you, he admitted softly. Her eyes flickered with pain before she masked it again. You miss having someone adore you unconditionally. Then she pulled her hand free and walked away, leaving Colin standing alone among blooming roses in unbearable regret. That evening he drank far too much whiskey while Benedict listened patiently to his rambling confusion. You are in love with her, Benedict finally said bluntly. Colin nearly choked. Do not be absurd. You speak of nothing else. She is my friend. Benedict smirked knowingly. Men do not look at friends the way you look at Penelope Featherington. Colin wanted to argue. Instead memories assaulted him relentlessly. Penelope laughing beside fireplaces. Penelope reading in gardens. Penelope staring at him with unwavering belief even when he doubted himself. Suddenly he realized she had always been the person he searched for after returning home from travels. She had always been the first person whose opinion truly mattered. The terrifying truth settled heavily within him. He loved her, completely, desperately, and he might already be too late. Meanwhile Penelope fought her own emotional war. Part of her still loved Colin with humiliating intensity. Another part wanted to protect herself from further heartbreak. She knew Colin's growing attention toward her was dangerous. Because hope, once reborn, could destroy her all over again. Yet every accidental touch reignited old feelings she could not fully bury. Every sincere apology weakened her defenses. One rainy afternoon Colin visited the Featherington house unexpectedly. Penelope found him waiting in the drawing room soaked from the storm outside. What are you doing here? She asked nervously. Colin stepped closer slowly. I needed to see you. Why? He looked directly into her eyes. Because every moment without you feels wrong now. Her breath caught. Colin, please let me finish. Rain hammered against the windows as tension thickened between them. I spent years searching the world for excitement, for purpose, for love, never realizing everything I needed was already beside me. Penelope's heart pounded violently. Do not say things you do not mean. I mean every word. He moved even closer. I was blind, foolish, terrified of feelings I did not understand. But I understand them now. Tears threatened her composure. You hurt me. I know. His voice cracked with genuine remorse. And I will regret it for the rest of my life unless you allow me to spend forever proving how deeply I love you. Silence stretched painfully between them. Penelope wanted to believe him. God help her, she wanted it more than anything. But fear still lingered. What if you wake tomorrow and realize this is merely guilt? Colin shook his head immediately. Guilt does not keep a man awake dreaming of someone's smile. Guilt does not make his heart stop whenever another man touches her hand. His fingers brushed hers tremblingly. This is love, Penelope. It has always been love. I was simply too blind to see it. Tears finally escaped down her cheeks. Colin lifted a hand carefully, wiping them away with heartbreaking tenderness. Do not cry, he whispered. Not because of me. Penelope laughed shakily through tears. You are the reason for nearly all my tears. Then let me spend the rest of my life giving you reasons to smile instead. Before she could overthink, Colin kissed her. Softly at first, almost reverently, years of longing collided in that single moment. Penelope melted against him as emotion overwhelmed both of them completely. The kiss deepened with desperate intensity born from years of restrained feelings. Colin held her like someone terrified she might disappear. When they finally pulled apart, both were breathless. "Tell me this is real," Penelope whispered. Colin pressed his forehead against hers. "You are the most real thing I have ever known." Their romance spread through London like wildfire. Some were shocked, others secretly delighted, but not everyone approved. Lady Featherington worried Colin's affection would vanish as suddenly as it appeared. Rumors began circulating suggesting Penelope had trapped him into marriage. Colin nearly started a fistfight after overhearing cruel gossip at a gentleman's club. "Say another word about her," he warned dangerously, "and you shall regret it." Yet the greatest threat to their happiness came not from society, but from secrets. Because Penelope carried one capable of destroying everything. She was Lady Whistledown, the anonymous writer who had spent years exposing London's scandals, including scandals involving Colin's family. Penelope had hidden the truth for so long that revealing it now felt impossible. But secrets always demanded payment eventually. Colin discovered the truth accidentally after following suspicious clues one avenue.